Hi everyone. So welcome to the channel Prepare with me. In the last video we have talked about the nature and scope of management, and in this video we'll be talking about the planning. Okay. So in the last video, who have watched or who haven't watched yet, okay, so I suggest you to go and watch this video. Okay, the link is there on the I button. The thing is that in that video we understood that there are some key concepts in the management, and one of them was the process. Okay, one of them was the process. Now in this process there were some elements which are included to complete that process. Okay, so they were the planning, okay, then organizing, then staffing, directing, and controlling. So in this video we will be talking about the planning, everything. In the next and the coming videos we'll be talking about all the four topics, okay, in detail. And they are very easy, they are not very tough. Those who have done this thing, they know that they are not tough topics. Okay, they are very easy topics. Now coming to the next thing, that what is the new here, what I have done, what innovative thing I have done in this videos. So the thing is that, see, last time I told you that I am preparing and I'm planning to do something that will help you, that whenever you watch the video you get the confidence that yes, you have done this video properly. So what I am going to do is, once you watch this video completely, okay, only then go to the description box. Okay, in description you will find two links. Okay, one is the Telegram link. Okay, why Telegram link I am posting here and I'm telling you and mentioning you, because there will be some questions, okay, some questions which I'm not going to include in the doc file, because in the doc file I'm going to include those questions which I am going to made by myself. Okay, even those people who wanted to include other questions also, I'll do that, but let's see that. Okay, by the time we will do that. Second thing is that those questions which are already available in the market, and the collection of those questions will be posted on the TG, that is a telegram, in the quiz format. Okay, so this is how I'm telling you to to go to the description box and check out this link and join the group. Okay, channel actually. Now the next thing is that once you're done with this, you will be getting the PDF or PPT of the whole content. So you will get the notes also. Apart from that, there is one interesting thing which I already mentioned to you, that is the quiz. Okay, so you will get a form. Okay, so once you watch whole video and understood everything about it and made your notes and all the stuffs that you do while watching the video, so after that you just go to this form. Okay, the link will be there in the description box. Just go to this link and attempt the questions. Okay, so these questions, initially the quantity of this question is less, but slowly we will be increasing the number of the questions also. Okay, so this is how we will be doing this. Okay, this is what the new and innovative thing which I have, like, put into this video. So I just hope that you're enjoying the videos and you're understanding the things which I'm explaining. And if you find something which you are not getting it, or you which you want me to improve, you are like, you can tell me in the comment section that I can improve this or I can include this. Okay, so let's not do all this conversation, and we will do some question answer video in the later days. Okay, so let's do this, that what is the planning is all about. So the thing is that this is a key process. Okay, and is one of the very important process when you are doing a management. Okay, if you are managing an organization, you have to have put your all efforts in the planning, because a proper planning will give you a proper can give you a proper output or a desired output. Okay, so this is why planning is one of the important thing in the management.
Okay, so now we have talked about that what is important and like why planning is important. So what we are going to study in this whole video. So first we will be getting the definitions and the meaning of the planning. Okay, you must be thinking that what is the need of this definition and the meaning. If you know already about that, planning is to plan something, right? To organize the things or to just estimating the things, okay, and based on that you just take the decisions. No, but it is a proper process, it has some format, okay. So you have to understood this, because if you're going to manage a big organization, so it is just not a planning is just not a word. You have to have go through all the processes. So how will you do that? Okay, so second thing we'll be reading about that, why it is so important. Okay, we are reading about that, it means it has some importance, but what is importance of this planning. Next thing is we will be reading about the features and the limitations. Okay, so importance and the feature will be reading, and the limitations. Now limitations, you will be thinking that to there is any limitation in the thoughts. Yes, you will be having some limitations of the planning also, even though it is a kind of a process in which you are doing a mental exercise, but it has some limitations. What are those limitations? So we will be discussing all about in this video, and then we will be get to know about that what are the different types of the planning. Okay, interesting, no, that earlier whenever we wanted to plan something, for example, if you have a birthday party at your home, okay, so you plan it, okay, you don't think about that what kind of planning you will apply for that birthday event. Okay, you just go through the number of the guests, okay, you just like make a list of that, okay, and based on that you will book your venue, book your menu. Okay, so you have the objective and you just do the planning as per the objective. Okay, so here the thing is that what is the need that we have so many types of the planning. Okay, because of the need of different organizations and different objectives, you need the different kinds of the planning. Okay, so we'll read about everything. Let's jump into the video. Now the next thing is, what is planning? Okay, now we have understood that I have already told you the outline of this whole video. Okay, so let's see that what is planning first. So planning is the deciding in the advance what to do and how to do. It is one of the basic managerial function. Planning therefore involves setting objectives and developing an appropriate course of action to achieve these objectives. So basically the thing is that when you're planning to do something, like for example, let us take an example. Okay, for example, you have an organization X. Okay, in there you will be having some CEO, okay, some managers, okay, some supervisory level managers. Okay, now the thing is that every level you will be having some work, some task in your hand. Okay, so CEO's task is to handle the company, okay, to handle the company's objectives, to look after the growth, to look after the people those who are working in the company, to look after the clients, okay, and everything. So he will plan accordingly, okay, to achieve all this objective. Like for example, he have to uh his next target is to increase the sell of the product by some percentage. Okay, so he has to increase the sell of the product. Now it is the next objective of the company, so CEO will plan some kind of the strategies. Okay, some now the objective is clear here, so the planning will start. Okay, once you have an objective, the planning will start. Okay, so CEO will plan accordingly what kind of a strategies to be opted, and how to achieve these targets. Now he will give all this planning to this manager. Okay, now this managers will look after this planning and will implement accordingly whatever the ideas they have given to the next level of the managers. Now this managers again transfer these ideas or whatever the implementing things that has to be transferred to the next level. They will transfer to the next level of the employees, next level of the managers, so that they will implement this. Okay, so here you are seeing that at every level they have some plans. Okay, so even though he is not planning anything, he is these two levels are doing the implementation part. Even though they are doing the planning, they definitely plan that how to approach this managers, how to take the work out of this managers. Okay, what kind of the plans they have. Okay, how to actually work to involve the workforce and all these things. Okay, so this is how the planning is very important factor. Even though if a shopkeeper, for example, let us take an example of a shopkeeper. Okay, so if a shopkeeper is there, so if he wanted to increase the sale of his shop. Okay, so what he will do, he will definitely plan that what he can do, what are the alternatives he has. Okay, he will look after all the things available to him, like with which particular product he can increase the sell, which particular product can give him maximum output, maximum profit. So all these things all together will give him a particular objective, and based on these things, based on this choices, he will make the planning. Okay, he will do the planning, and based on that he will strategize his planning and do all the process. Okay, whatever the process which is required to sell the products and to get the objective achieved. Okay, so this is how the planning is very important factor in an organization. in a particular company, so that whatever the objectives they have, they could complete it, they could achieve it, okay, without any disaster, or without any kind of interference, or without any kind of the issues involved in it, because they have planned everything, so they will work accordingly. Now the thing is that this is what we understand, that what is the planning is all about. But why it is important, why you're doing so much planning, even though you can do that if a CEO is there, okay, if CEO has taken some decisions, now the next person has to just implement it, follow it, these things. Then why every level of the managers are doing planning, even though why he is doing planning? So the thing is that it is very important, right? So what are the important factors which is required for the planning, is why it is required. So first thing is that it provides the directions, okay. So when you are going to, like, you have the sale, you have to increase the sale by 20%, okay, you have to increase it. Now the thing is that you have this target. Now since you have the target, so whatever plan you will make, or your peer people will make, or your the employees of the particular company will make, they will make their plans according to this object, to achieve this object, okay. So your objective is giving direction to the plan, okay, and the planning is giving direction to the achieving towards the goal, okay. So this is how it is very important. Next thing is that it reduces the risk of uncertainty. Now, what is the meaning of the uncertainty? Okay, the question rises that what is the meaning of uncertainty? So the thing is that it reduces the risk of uncertainty means that suppose if you have decided that you have to increase the sale by 20%, now there comes the issue that most of the products which you wanted to sell in this discount are defective, and because of that, customers are not taking your products. Now this is a kind of uncertainty which you have faced, like when you're delivering those products, so you have face some kind of uncertainty, or face some kind of a disaster, okay. So there could be anything, so this uncertainty would be removed by this particular process, okay. Now once you have all the plans with you, so you know that you definitely have plan B for this, like if in case in future you have this kind of issues, then you can definitely implement the other plan which you already have in your hand to achieve your goal, okay. So this is the next thing that you will do, okay, so that planning helps you to fight to those particular uncertainties which you will be having in your implementation part. Now talking about the next one, that is the reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. Now the thing is that let us suppose the example of mobile phones, okay. Now suppose company A has decided that they have to launch this new mobile phone, okay, they have to launch a new mobile phone next year. Now what will happen that they have decided this, okay, they have the launch next year. Now they will start working on this, okay, we are just taking the assumptions, okay, we are not talking about the reality. So the thing is that they will definitely do that, they will definitely plan this, okay. First of all, they will do a proper research work. They will get to know that what kind of the like what is the mobile market here, okay, what kind of the things that customers are liking, okay, what are the requirements, what are the things that they have to include, what kind of innovative things, and also one of the most important factor, that is the price, okay. So all these things they will keep into mind, and when they started the production, they will keep all these things, all the researches in their mind, and they will start producing the mobile phone. Now suppose company B is also going to launch the same product like around the same time, okay, in the next year. Now they both definitely have research over it, but if there is no innovation that A has applied, or if he has an idea that B is going to launch this particular technology in the new mobile phone, and A is also doing the same thing, but the thing is that A is not keeping the prices low, while B has kept the prices low. Now think that if the customer is going to purchase this mobile phone, okay, if already have the thing that B's mobile have lots of the features in the less range, and A's features are higher in the having the same features in the higher prices. Now see that if you do this comparative analysis, the person will purchase the B's company mobile, okay. So see, the features are already there, or already available in the market, and still they are working on it, okay, they are working on it, and they are manufacturing those mobiles that will be that are not updated even, okay. So this is a kind of a wasteful thing, okay. These are the kind of a waste activity, they are doing these things unnecessarily. So if you have no proper planning, if you have not done this research properly, okay, I have not planned properly, that suppose if in case of that, if any other mobile company will launch this, then what innovative thing they will do, if there are the price calculations they are doing, okay, so how much profit they have to take out, and what the price they should keep for the customers, all these things, if they have not done the proper planning, then they can also not get their profit achieved in this particular manufacturing of the mobile phone, and they might lose this particular market, okay. So this is how planning will help to sustain in the market also, okay, and also helps you to not to overlap the things which are already in the market, which are already others are doing, okay, and also it reduces the waste activities, okay, so that you will not incur any loss. Next thing is that promotes innovative ideas. As already if we connected this particular point with this point, so you will see that when you're planning, okay, when you're planning, so you will definitely think about something new, okay, something innovative, because every person's thoughts are different, everyone think differently, okay. So it is not possible that what you are thinking the same I will think about it, okay. So some creativity is needed, okay. So if you are planning something, then your mind will work, your mind will have so many ideas and the different ideas, so it will give the innovative it will give the direction to the innovations. Then facilitates the decision making. So decision making is one of the important element of the planning. How decision making is important. Suppose if there is a company A, let's take the same example of a company A who is going to manufacture some mobile phones, okay, who is going to launch the new mobile phones. Now, the people of this, the member, the employees or the managers of the company, okay, here the managers are there, okay. Now, they will do the research, planning and everything. So, they will be having a meeting, okay, X, Y, Z, okay, R. Now, the thing is that if you all are planning, so definitely everybody will be putting up their ideas, everybody will putting up their plans that okay, this can be done, this can be done. But the thing is that here you have to reach to a decision, okay, you have to make a decision, so that if you have a proper planning, if you have a foolproof plan with you, then you can easily decide that which plan is better, on which plan we can start working on, okay. So it will also introduce decision making, it will also help you to make a decision properly and in the correct direction. Then standards for the controlling. Now, establishes standards for controlling means, let us take an example. Let us take an example of, like for example, like company A is going to produce this, manufacture this mobile. Now the thing is that if they are properly planning this, okay, so they will definitely get to know that what are the available things in the market and how they are performing, okay. So based on this, they can make their standards, they can make their rules, they can make their own plans, okay. So it is also kind of a thing that when you achieve the output, you will already have your accurate data, okay. You already have the data which is already there in the market, and based on this you will plan accordingly, okay. So that whatever the output you will get, it is not at all opposite to the estimation that you have made while planning the particular objective, okay. So this is how it also works as the controller, okay. So when you wanted to control some activity, so before that if you have done proper planning, you will be able to control those things, okay. So this is how the planning is one of the very important thing, and you will see that it will help you a lot to achieve your objective. For example, just take an example, a real life example, like for example, when you are planning for your SEBI grade examination, okay, we all are planning for this examination. Now it's just not about the planning, we definitely have some timetable with us that we have to achieve this particular syllabus, we have to complete the syllabus by this date, we have to solve the mock test by this date, okay. So this is how that we are planning our examination and preparing accordingly, okay. If we have proper plan, that if we decided that we have to give 6 hours for the reading, 3 hours for the mocks, and if your plan is proper, like it is doable. Suppose if you have made the 10 hours of the study you will do, and then 4 hours of the mock test you will do, then also you will include that 2 hours of the study revision. So this is not a kind of a thing which is doable, okay. You cannot achieve this goal, but this is an achievable goal, okay. So that is why you have to decide that which goal is there, okay, what is the right goal to achieve, okay. So this is how the planning will help you. Now let us come into the features of the planning. Okay, so we have understood the features of the management. Okay, if you remember this, just note, just comment down in the comment section that how much you remember from the last video. Okay, so feature of the planning is, okay, one question to you is management is all pervasive or not? Okay, you have to answer this question because I have explained this in the last video. So let us talk about the features of the planning. Now, features of the planning are very easy, okay, and very similar to the management. So the thing is that it focuses on achieving the objectives. Okay, what does it mean? Very easy to understand. Basically, whatever the objective you have, like for example, you have to like manufacture certain products, 20 products in 4 days. Okay, so you will definitely plan accordingly that in the 4 day you will complete this particular target and submit it to the particular authority. Okay, so when you have a particular objective with you, particular aim in front of you, then you will be able to plan properly. Okay, so this is also the one thing which planning provides you. If you have this objective, so you will plan that and you will focus on this only and achieve your objective. Okay, so next thing is pervasive. So what is the meaning of the pervasive? So pervasive means, suppose if CEO of a company is investing his time in planning some targets of the company. So it is not only his job, okay. The managers at the other level, the people, those who are working, the employees actually, the employees, those who are working in that organization, they also do some kind of a planning, okay. Like for example, let us take the same example. So CEO has given the target that we have to achieve this target in 4 days, okay. We have to complete this manufacturing of this particular product or 20 products in 4 days. Now he will plan, he will give this plan to the managers, other managers. Now the other managers will plan accordingly that how they can take the work off from the other employees, okay. So they will also plan something, okay. So planning is a day-to-day activity, okay. You will see that everyone will plan something, okay. Everyone in the organization will be planning something. Suppose the lowest level of the managers, okay, those who are the supervisors, okay. So now if they have given the target that in 4 days they have to do this work, okay. So what their planning is to take care of that, how to take the work out of the workforce, okay, how to take the work from the people, okay, how to take the work from the employees, how to organize these things, okay. So everything is planned, okay. Everything needed some planning, some kind of a planning. So at every level, in every department, whether it is a finance department, whether it is the IT department, whatever the department it is, it needs some kind of planning. So planning is pervasive. Now next is management. So definitely, if an organization has management, so it is definitely working on the planning, okay. I don't think so we have to like I have to explain this because it is self-understood this point. Now next is the continuous. So basically when we talk about the continuous process, so planning is really a continuous process. So for example, it is not, we cannot say that you have to plan for only 2 days or 2 hours or 1 day or 1 week, okay, or 1 year, okay. It does not have any limits. You are planning for a longest period of time as much as you are there in the organization. Okay, so as long as you are there in the organization, so planning is a continuous process. It will not stop at any particular time. Even though if you are implementing that plan also, that time also you are working on the process. You have some planning in your mind. Okay, you're definitely thinking about something. You definitely have the plan for that thing also. Okay, so planning is continuous process. It does not have any duration. Okay, now next is futuristic. Okay, so very easy thing is that futuristic means future goals. Okay, so right now you are working for your future goal. You're not working for whatever you want right now. You're working for the things which you wanted to achieve after some time, after some after particular period of time. Okay, so it is a futuristic. It works on this. Okay, now the decision making. What is the decision making? Decision making means, suppose planning is a kind of a thing where you have to decide, as we understood that in the last slides, that people have to decide it. Okay, so this is also allows you to make decisions based on whatever the choices you have. Suppose if to implement a plan, you will be having A, B, C, D. Okay, so you will do risk analysis, cost analysis, and all this analysis, and after that you feel that the plan B, whatever the plan you have, is very apt for the particular situation. So you will have a quality of a decision making here based on all this analysis. You will choose plan B. Okay, so it also provides the decision making. Now when you are deciding that plan B is the right plan to opt for, okay, so in this you are definitely doing some mental exercise. Okay, so let us take the example of that birthday event. Okay, in that birthday event, like suppose you have a birthday next week, and you have to prepare the guest list. Okay, you have to select the venue, you have to prepare the menu. Okay, and all these things in your hand, and you also have the budget in your hand. Now, if you don't plan your birthday according to your budget, because this is the one thing which you have your objective in your hand, okay, so you will definitely invite the number of the guests according to your budget. Okay, because whatever the guests you are inviting, you need a proper space for them, you need to feed them a proper food. Okay, so if you are organizing this event, you are planning everything properly so that you will not cross this budget, because this is your budget. Even though if you have taken some overheads with that, okay, so it will not also cross. Okay, so this is how you plan accordingly. Now you cannot do that like if you have a budget of 10,000 for example, okay, and you're inviting 500 people. Okay, now for this 500 people, you haven't looked after this budget, and you're not planning to invite the guests properly according to this budget. You will definitely end up with something disastrous. Okay, so you will definitely invite to the venue which is not at all spacious. Okay, so you will be having a lot of issue to manage those people. Apart from that, to feed for them, okay, you will definitely have to spend more money. Okay, so this is how your budget will cross, and you will definitely not have a proper planning. Because of that, you have crossed this budget. So it is not just like that you are doing daydreaming and you're not planning properly. You have to do some logical planning. Okay, you have to think a logical, rational also. Okay, then only you can do proper planning and proper objective, and objective can be achieved after that only. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, slide, that is the limitation. Now the next is the limitation of the planning. Okay, so planning, we have talked about that planning is very important. There are so many features of the planning, and definitely when we have to plan some, when we need to achieve something, we have to plan it. But why they are putting some limitations? Why planning will have limitations when it is only a mental exercise? You're just thinking, okay, you have some thoughts, you're just planning it. Why it is a kind of a limitation? Because it is very important thing, and it definitely puts certain kind of a limitations. Now how? Let us see that. Okay, so planning leads to rigidity. What does it mean? It means that, for example, there is an organization. Okay, we have understood the level of organization: the top level, middle level, and the low level. Okay, so top level you have seen that a CEO, vice president, president, all these people. Here we have seen that some managers are there, and here we have seen that supervisory people. Okay, so the thing is that most of the time, these people, the top level management, is actually investing their time in the planning. Okay, and definitely if they have planned something, so this level and this level have to only work on the implementation part. Okay, now see here, look here, like for example in a company A, okay, there are some people, okay, the CEO has given a plan that you have to like for example, let's take the same example of the 20 products that they have to manufacture. Okay, now CEO has sent the plan to the next manager. Okay, now the thing is that the next manager will not think about it. Okay, even though okay, so they have to implement this particular plan. So if suppose if there comes a situation, a scenario that at that particular time, whatever the plan that CEO has sent to this particular manager is not applicable to this particular situation, so he is not able to change this plan. Okay, he cannot change this plan. So plan has some rigidity. Okay, because it may be possibility that if the plan would be changed at certain level, okay, so it will destroy the output. Okay, so there is a kind of so much uncertainty that if a plan is not working, you cannot change it just suddenly, all of a sudden. Okay, so it has some rigidity. Now coming to the reduces the creativity. So same thing, we will take this. Okay, so now he is sending some plans, okay, to this particular manager. Now this manager will not apply his mind. Okay, he will just implement whatever he will get. Okay, so that is how that if he is not thinking, so his thinking capability will lost. Okay, he will lost all his thinking capabilities. So that is how he lost his creativity. So at the lower level of the managers, they don't involve in this planning, creativity, innovative ideas, nothing. Okay, because they have to work accordingly, according to what their upper level managers are saying. So this is how it reduces the creativity. Next is it involves a huge cost. Definitely, for example, you have to make a deal, okay, which is going to give you a profit of $20 crore. Okay, to big organizations, definitely we are talking here about the big organizations. Okay, now the thing is that to make this deal, you will definitely have to have some meetings with the certain people. Like first of all, you have to meet with your clients, you have to meet with other clients, you have to meet with your employees, you have to have your personal meetings. Okay, so in all those meetings, you have to invest lots of the amount. Okay, also it will be having some time also. It will take some time also. Okay, you decide everything, how to do it and everything. So a kind of the thing is that you will see that the time and the cost, both which are the very important thing, they will also involve here. Okay, so you will have to invest lots of the amount in this planning process, and also it is a time consuming process. Now the next thing is that planning does not work in a dynamic environment. Okay, so dynamic environment, I already told you that the rigidity is there. So suppose there are so many things that is required, that like suppose if you have planned that you have to sell your 40 products in 4 days. Okay, but what happened that due to some reason, like for example there are so many reasons, somebody is not purchasing your product, does not have that particular criteria to meet the customer's demand, or it may be possible that the person who is sending that doesn't have the capabilities, or it may be possible that the market is not working properly. So many factors are there, and because of this dynamic environment, planning doesn't work. It might be possible that you have to extend this 4 days to 6 days. Okay, so this is how the planning put some kind of restrictions on the dynamic environment. Then the final thing is, the final limitation which we'll be talking about is, when you're saying that the planning is very important, if you have objective, to achieve that objective you have to plan, and you have to think about it, you have to go through all the processes, it will provide this and those and blah blah blah. But why you're doing? To achieve the objective, okay, to achieve the goal. But if somebody says that it is not possible that every time you will achieve the objective, okay, so it is not possible that you will achieve the success only. It may be possible that after doing all this planning, you might not able to get the objective which you have set. Okay, so it is the kind of a limitation of the planning. Now, coming to the planning process. So planning is a proper process. There are some steps which are involved in the planning. Okay, so suppose you have to plan for something. So you definitely need some kind of objective, some aim in front of you. Then only you will start processing your mind. For example, you have a CB grade A. Okay, on 17. Just a minute. On 17th Jan. So definitely you have the objective, that is on the 17th Jan you will have exam, and you have to prepare, you have to plan your progress accordingly, you have to plan your schedule accordingly. Now the thing is that you have your objective in your hand. Now you will develop some premises. What is the meaning of develop? Okay, so what is the meaning of developing premises? So basically the thing is that when you are talking about the premises, so premises means assumptions. Okay, so definitely you are assuming that on this day you will be completing your all the syllabus for phase 2 and phase 1. Okay, and you have this assumption in your mind, and based on that you will be planning for the resources and everything. You will purchase the mock test, you will purchase the video series, and whatever you started, you have some video channels to watch, started watching this, and having the assumption that by this date you will complete all these things. So you will have to develop the premises. Okay, next thing is that identifying the alternative course of actions. Now the next thing is that suppose you have developed the premises, you have thought that these are the assumptions that you have made, that by the 31st January you will complete everything with the 2 revisions. But what if you are not able to complete once only? So you will definitely go for the alternative that you will at least watch some videos. Okay, you will at least complete the course that you have bought. Okay, now the thing is that apart from that, you also have to think about that if suppose if you are not able to purchase this course, so you will definitely collect some material, the other material. Now you will definitely collect some notes also. Okay, and also you will be thinking about that you will just solve the mocks. Okay, and that is this thing. Okay, and last but not the least, if you are not able to do all these things, you will just revise the summaries of whatever the last day you will get in the last 5 days. Okay, so this is how you have decided the thing. Okay, now the thing is that you will evaluate the things that which is the better way and which is the doable things that you will do, and based on that you will keep your alternative selected. Okay, suppose you thought that this is the best alternative, if nothing is worked, so you will you will go with this particular plan. Now the thing is that you have selected this alternative. Now you will implement your plan. Okay, so your plan is to cover the syllabus by 31st of December. Okay, and then you will start writing the mocks. Okay, and if it doesn't work, so what you are going to do is you are just going to revise the notes, whatever you will get, and revise the test series. Okay, so this is how you will be doing. Now follow-up action is very important. Okay, follow-up action means that suppose you have started implementing your plan, like you have started your plan from the 1st December, so you will see the progress, that how it is progressing. Is it able to give any fruitful objective, any fruitful output or not? If it is not giving any fruitful output, then you will definitely have to look after that, and you have to do some other work also. You have to implement the next alternative which you have already selected. Okay, so this is how certain processes are there in the planning which you will be doing in an organization, just like in your real life you do. In big organizations, you definitely need this kind of the process to achieve those objectives. Now let us move on to the next thing. Okay, next thing is very important. You will be definitely glad to know about this. Okay, so the thing is that types of the planning. Okay, interesting, no? Very interesting. Okay, and it is very important in the planning also. Okay, so the thing is that there are certain types of the planning also there. Okay, so based on the what kind of the aim you have, how you are proceeding, okay, you have different kinds of the planning at a different level of the your target. Okay, so suppose first type of the planning is objective planning, then strategy planning, then policy planning, then procedure planning, then method planning, then rules planning, program planning, and finally the budget planning. Okay, so these are the different plannings which is involved when you are working in an organization and wanted to achieve a particular goal. So first thing is the objective. So objective is that suppose in that organization you have to achieve the profit of 20%. Okay, in a particular time. So this is a quantitative thing. Okay, this is kind of the things which is expressed in some terms. Okay, it has some terms that you have to do in this particular time. You have this particular objective to be achieved. Okay, so this is how it deals with what end you are going to do, that is the objective planning. You have to go through this. Okay, first when you are starting the planning, you have to set your objective. Okay, so objective planning is the first thing which you will do. Okay, now the next thing is what you will do next. Okay, so next what you will do is you will definitely look for the, once you have set your objective that you wanted to achieve the particular target of $20% profit in the particular month or a particular year. Okay, so the thing is that the next thing is you have to strategize this. Okay, so you will be having the things you have set your objective. So this is a long term objective. This is not like that in 1 day or 2 day you have to achieve. It is a long term objective. Okay, so you have determined this. Okay, now the thing is that based on this thing, okay, based on this target, you will now strategize the things that, like, you will increase the sales. Okay, you will increase your clients. You will definitely ask your employees to work properly or work more. Okay, so this is the thing that you are implementing, or you're adopting the new strategies to achieve this target. Okay, so now you are doing strategy planning. Okay, then what you will do is, once you are done with this, you will be having a proper objective with you. Then you will adopt some particular course of action. You will definitely strategize this, and then you will allocate the resources so that you can achieve this target. Okay, so this is how you are involved in the strategy planning. Now the next is policy. Policy, we all know that in every company we have some policies for every issue. Like, suppose if somebody has issue, they will go through the policy, so that if they are doing right and wrong, the policy will say everything. Okay, so policies are general statements that guide the thinking or channelize the energies towards a particular direction. Okay, so even if you are doing right or wrong, if you are doing proper thing or not, if you are interpreting the strategy for that, so it is providing a basis for the strategies, whether you are going in the right direction or not. Okay, so it will give you a proper response, so that whatever the problem you have, whatever the situation you have, it will give the solution for that. Okay, so it will define the broad parameters in which manager may function. Okay, so this is what the policy is all about. Now let's take the next planning, where what you are going to do is, that is a procedure. Okay, so since you have objective, you have strategized yourself, you have made the policy, so that whatever the issues you will incur, you will be able to solve it. Now the procedures, like what procedures you will do, you will implement. Okay, how that particular thing should be worked out. So the procedures are having some order, that is a chronological order. That first thing first, like suppose if you wanted to manufacture the mobile, so first you have to set the budget, then you have to go first you have to set the you have to set the target, that how many customers you are actually targeting, or what kind of a customers you have. Okay, then you will definitely think about that, the new technology, okay, and everything. So you have some chronological order in procedure, that first you will do research, then you will plan, then you will definitely look after the budget, then you will start manufacturing, then everything. Okay, so this is how they will think about it. Okay, they will have some procedures. Okay, so this is how the procedural planning is that. Okay, now the thing is that the important thing about this is the procedure planning is not for everyone. This is only insiders, like the people those who are working in that organization. Okay, they only have their this particular planning. Now the thing is that policies and procedures are interlinked with each other. Procedures are the steps to carry out within a broad policy framework. Okay, so everything that is written in the policies, only based on this policies you can work. Okay, suppose the policy has mentioned that you cannot work out of your particular department, you cannot go beyond that. So when you are implementing some plan or implementing some procedure, so you have to take care of this policy. Otherwise, you will be having some like you have to face some kind of a whatever the punishment they have. Okay, or the outcomes they will be having. Now the next thing is the method. So when you are doing this object planning and everything, so at that time what kind of a method you are actually involving. Okay, so that you will save your time, money, whatever the efforts you are putting in, and also after doing all these things, it will also increase the efficiency also. It will give a proper output also. Okay, so you have to involve this kind of a method. Okay, this is a very important thing when you are doing the planning. Okay, so it is one of the important factor of the planning. Next is the rule. So rules are very important. Like if there is no rule, okay, so they will definitely give lots of the flexibility and lots of discretion. People will be having some conflict between them. Okay, so to avoid all this kind of the things, and to include the peace and a kind of a thing where all will work in the harmony and together properly in a group, so that there are some rules, and the rules are some specific statements that inform what should be done and what not. Okay, so there will be no flexibility in these rules. No discretion is allowed. Okay, so what the rule will give some power to the manager, so that manager would follow this, and based on these rules, if somebody is doing something wrong, they can take certain actions. Okay, so this is how the rules, planning of the rules are very important. Then the next is the program. Okay, so programs are the detailed statement of the project. So whatever the project you have, it will be having the objectives, the policies, the procedures, the rules, the tasks, the resources that are required, the budget, and everything. This will include in the program planning. Okay, and the last thing, that is the budget planning. So in budget, you will be having your estimated amount for that particular objective which you are going to work on, so that whatever the output you will get, you can able to compare that whatever the estimation you have made is that does it meet or not with the expectations that you have made. Suppose you have estimated that $20,000 would be the investment, and you wanted to get the profit about it, and after the profit with the profit you should get $20K, but at the end you are only getting $10K. Okay, so this is how you are not getting your actual profit. Okay, so budget is very important. The budget objective is very important. To plan this is very important. Okay, and this is how you would be able to achieve your goal, your target which you have established. Now it may be possible that you will succeed or not. Okay, so based on may not succeed. It may be a very bad plan, but may succeed. Okay, so it's just on the basis of your implementation strategies, and a lot of factors are involved there. Okay, lots of the factors and situations are involved here. So this is how we have talked about all the things about the planning. Okay, now my advice to you, all of you, is go through the notes. Okay, even if you get some other information available on the internet, just share it with everyone. Okay, and in the next video we will be talking about the organizing, or you may get some video on the human resource management or lean system and innovation. Okay, so these three videos are lined up. Okay, you will get by tonight or tomorrow morning. Okay, or one video will get by tonight, and the other video will get by tomorrow morning, and the next just like that. Okay, so I'm trying to do 2 to 3 videos per day, so that we will be able to complete these things as soon as possible, and simultaneously we'll be doing the other topics of the syllabus, like costing we are doing. Okay, costing is a very easy topic, you would be able to do that. I'm not going to do the numericals. I'll try to do that because numericals are not my forte. Okay, because I'm not the person who belongs to the commerce background, but still I'll try to do that. Okay, so if anybody wanted to help, it. Okay, if anybody think that they can do that, okay, so they can definitely reach me out and ask me that if you wanted to do that. Okay, so let's end the video now, and let's meet in the next video. Thank you for watching it. Please share it, subscribe it, like it, and comment your views that what do you want and how do you like it. Okay, so thank you for watching the video.